and I'm going to hand over to fantastic 2024 alumni Valerie Lolamari, founder of Women of Grace. Valerie is delivering the presentation today, so I'm going to hand over to you.
Thank you, Lucas. Hello, everyone, and welcome again to the fifth Ideas into Action workshop. We are so excited to have you here today with us and cannot wait to get started to dive into it. I know that most of you might know each other, but will I just indulge your, get you guys to just put your names on the chat box. I'd like to know everyone. Just pop your names on the chat box and let me know where you are joining us from. Thank you. And as we are doing that, we're going to have a few housekeeping rules. So I'm not sure if you've joined any 10 workshop before, but these are the ground rules that we operate by. Would you please mute your microphone until you are going to be talking, then you can unmute. You can also use the Zoom chat to ask questions and to make comments. And if for any reason you drop off the call, please do rejoin. Hi again. So I'm Valerie, founder of Women of Grace UK. And I was in a position that you are in right now a couple of months ago. So actually nearly a year. It feels really weird. And I'll be delivering the workshop today and sharing with you a bit of my experience, my fantastic experience I had during the time I spent here. So in this workshop, you're going to learn about the importance of social impacts, of social capital. This is one of the most important things as a social entrepreneur that you can really have. You're going to understand what partnerships you need for your organization. And that's going to be for now and also in the future. And you're going to start working on mapping your networks. You may be feeling down right now, and you're feeling like you don't have all the connections that you need to be able to find partnership for your social enterprise. However, by the end of this workshop, we'll show you how powerful mapping your network can be and how big it can actually grow. So first of all, we're going to look at the social capital and understand why it's so important for social entrepreneurs at your stage of their journeys. Then we're going to introduce you to a new tool, your worksheet. You're then going to go into breakout rooms, and we are going to look at what partnerships you need at the moment for your social enterprise. We are also going to understand what actually makes a good networking and how you can make sure that your networking is successful. And then we'll have a 5 minutes break. Then we'll come back to start working again on your networking for you to understand who you are going to network with and why you're going to network with them and where you're actually going to find them. And then we're going to show you a new tool called the Turn CRM tool, which we will introduce you to so that you can see where you can start saving your contacts. And then you will have a short break, a short breakout to understand this tool a little bit more better in smaller groups. before Lucas is going to tell you what is going to come up next. Now, one of the biggest strengths as a social entrepreneur is your social capital. Knowing many potential partners and potential connections can be the difference between being a successful social enterprise and one that is not able to even get off the ground. But it's not only about simply how many people you know now, it's about who you know, actually know now. It's also about understanding how you make more connections and capitalize on your existing networks to be able to find future connections and convert them into something of a positive benefit for your organizations. Networks are very important as a social entrepreneur because it introduces you to people that can help your organization actually succeed. You may meet potential partners through your network and find really, really flourishing partners. You may find amazing talents to work for your organizations as well in terms of volunteers, people who can add value to what you're doing. Perhaps you may also find a funder through your network. Somebody might be able to introduce you to the right person who actually has the funds to support your organization, who believes in what you're doing. And your network can even help you find the people that you are trying to support in terms of the service users and the beneficiaries. Every year, the 10 recruits for Ideas into Action. The first place they ask to find new social entrepreneurs from a refugee background is Ideas into Action alumni. And so it's about taking the approach with your network, not about how, and it's about how you can achieve something within limited resource or even limited money. But rather, it's about thinking who can actually help you, who is in your network that you may know that can help you. Or is that someone in your network who may be able to introduce you to someone who can help you? And this is where today we really want to talk about partnerships. Partnerships unite shared values and common purpose, bring together organization, or even people that have different strengths, but working towards a common objective. Partnerships are so beautiful because they help you to add value to one another and to the people that you're actually supporting. This program that you're on now, Ideas into Action, is a partnership with Result CIC and Turn. They met each other at an event and they realized that they had different strengths, but they had similar objective to support people from forced migration background. And as a result, they decided to apply for a grant together and they launched the program Ideas into Action. Now, recently, Ideas into Action did not get refunded, but the partnership was so strong and the two organizations felt that they had worked very, very well together and they felt that they could continue supporting their beneficiaries. And they decided to keep delivering the programs regardless of the bad funding results. So good partners can really make your work flourish. And they can really become a beautiful thing, but they are also very, very practical. They can also help you achieve your goals as an organization. You may be able to reach your goals faster working with another organization or even partnering with them. You can scale your impact even more. It's just that you are going to be able to do a certain amount, but if it's just only you in your organization, there's a limited amount that you can do. But when you collaborate with another organization, especially if you work with a big organization, you'll be able to get bigger jobs done. You achieve bigger things. It will make life very easy working with partners because they have skills and resources that you may not have, and vice versa. You too might have skills and resources that they might not have. You can save money working with a very good partner. You can get things for cheaper. Partners could give you space for free, for example, rather than you needing to pay for rent on a space. And a good partnership can make it better for your users. And they can make a better service of what you're offering to your community and your service users. You can use the skills and the resources of other organizations. Then they can also benefit from yours too. And finally, a good partnership makes it even more likely that your organization will be sustainable. In the long term, they can work with more established organizations to help you get off the ground at the very beginning. But also you can work together with big organizations in the future to scale up your impact. And ultimately, all of this will lead your organization to be more sustainable in the long term. It also would bring you credibility. Now, it can be difficult to ask for help. It can be very difficult to ask for partnership. It can be difficult to actually put yourself out there or even ask somebody to help your organization. But don't let that stop you. Partnerships are very beautiful. They're a beautiful thing, and they have so much potential in the social space. It's often said no man is an island. Don't let that stop you at all. Be guided by your mission, your vision, and especially by your organizational values. You must always remember your why. Your why. Why are you doing what you are doing? A flourishing partnership has to have an alignment, and it has to have two organizations that think in the same way. Two organizations that want to make impact and change in the same way, that your values align. You must allow your values to guide you. You don't have to say yes to every partnership, but some of them, or most of them, I would say, can be a brilliant fit. Now I want to bring your attention to an African proverb. It says, if you want to go fast, you go alone. But if you want to go far, you have to go together. And I think this is so true in what you are doing. You can greatly benefit if you collaborate with other organizations, and have a much bigger impact if you actually partner with other people. So what we are thinking of, so while we are still thinking about partnership, I want to introduce you to a framework called Win, Win, and Win. Effectively, this is a way of you trying to find the best win for your organization. To also find the best win for your potential partners, and a win for your service users. The reason why we look at the win-win-win is so that you can see from all sides of the partnership the value that it adds when you have a partner, and where everybody wins. A good partnership doesn't take from another partner, from another organization. A good partnership works together to a common shared goal so that you can impact together, collectively. So when you're thinking about partnerships, you want to first think of what it is you really need as an organization. That's your primary aim. You need to determine what it is you need, as in right now, what do you need? And perhaps find who can help you, or what can you afford at the moment. You also want to think about, from the perspective of your beneficiaries, your service users, the end goal, the reason why you're doing what you're doing, the people you're trying to reach out to. What do they need? Is there anything that they might need which you currently cannot afford? And then what about your partners? The people you really want to partner with, what do they need? What skills and resources or knowledge do they have as an organization that you might be able to benefit from them? What are they looking for? And what do you need? And what do they need that you think you can offer as well? And this will lead you hopefully to think about how you might be able to partner with an organization and might be able to even give you the specific organizations the picture of the specific organizations you might be able to reach out to. And you must remember that you have a lot to offer as well. You also have a lot to offer other organizations. You have skills, you have resources, you have knowledge and connections and network and so much more that can be beneficial to other partners. So don't think that you are the only one that's just going to ask for partnership and you are the one who wants to get something from the other organization. No. It's also potential partners looking for partnership too. Never forget your value in this partnership at all. What you bring as a partner is very, very important. Now, there are so many different types of partnerships out there, and there are many different possible roles that partners could actually fill. We have identified some areas which we think are the most common and at least the most needed areas for partnerships. Volunteering and pro bono. Pro bono just means free support. And this can help you find a partnership which helps you with volunteers or even free advice. Community and referrals. This is partnerships that is more around referring people to you and helping you reach out to a wider community. And then expertise and training. Maybe there's a partner out there who can offer some expertise or training that will help you and your organization. And then the next one will be space and equipment. This is a very popular one where some partners just have space or maybe equipment that may be able to lend or loan you and your organization for free to help you carry out your either workshops or whatever you need to do. And then the next one will be products and supply chain. And have you looked around? Is there any partner out there that can help you with a product within your supply chain? You might be able to get like free products. Say, for example, in Women of Grace, we have the Girls Cookies Club, and we have collaborated with a Bloody Good Period, where they deliver a free hygiene products to us. So we have collaborated in that way. We are promoting Bloody Good Period, but also getting the resources for free to be able to deliver them to the minoritized young girls who need the period products. And the cookies clubs, we're always teaching them about the period poverty. So you can see how we've worked together with that other organization. Excuse me. Or do you know of any partners or any other organization that can run a marketing or advocacy campaign for you or offer something for cheap? Again, at Women of Grace, we had another like a law firm in the local community who have now we have become like a champion to them, where we have them on our website, and we have become their sort of organization for the year. So they have all our details in their office, and every 3 months they do like a fundraising where they do like a 3-kilometer walk to raise money to donate to us. So we are talking about their services as well, and they are also supporting us in the way that they can. So that's for us is almost like marketing, and they're like advocates for us, talking about what our charity does. So these are all different types of partnerships that you might be able to pursue to achieve your own organizational goals. So it's now time to introduce a new tool on ideas into action. And this tool is called a worksheet. Please, Lucas, can you share the link on the chat now? Lucas.
I'm doing it. I'm too slow. I'm too slow.
Has Lucas put it?
Yes, I just put it.
Sorry?
I just put it now.
Okay, thank you so much. So in this tool, you'll find 3 chapters to help you. 1, to identify your partnerships. 2, to map your network. And 3, crowdfunding, if you choose to do it. But today, we're going to be looking at areas 1 and 2. So identifying your partnerships and mapping your networks. So in the first breakout, we are going to be looking at partnerships and identifying what it is that you actually need right now. So first of all, you want to identify what kind of partnership you're looking for. And on the form, there's a drop-down menu where you can choose the type of partner you're looking for. And then you need to identify what it is you need as an organization from this potential partner. And then you want to think who it might be or who might be available to fulfill this, the part of the question that you're asking as an organization. And you might be, and if there's no one to fill that bit, who can introduce you to one? And where will you be able to meet this person that might fill that space? Then you want to think about the ultimate win for your beneficiaries, the end goal for your service users with this partnership, because that's very important. What is the win for your organization as well with this partnership? You want to think about that and put it down. And finally, what is the win for your partner with the potential partnership? So as you're starting to put all of this together, you're actually doing the outreach for partnership. You already know what you need. You already know what you need and what partners you need and what your beneficiaries also need. So I'm going to share a little bit of my story and a little bit of my journey. This is my form. So the partners' roles, what we needed at that point for Women of Grace was space and equipment. And what we needed from our partners was a space to run workshops. So we required space for running our health and well-being workshops and our conference, but we could not afford to pay the rent. So we wanted a partner who could give us a space. And then we thought about what we had locally in the community. We had church halls, we had community halls. We also thought about who would introduce us. And normally in the community, you must identify those key people that you might be able to reach out to that would be able to introduce you to the community. And in our case, we spoke to the local councillor who now gave us a letter to connect us, sort of stood as the middle way to introduce us to the churches. And then we sent an email to the churches. We had invites. We went round to see the churches, and one of them gave us a space. And the win-win for our beneficiaries, our service users, was a safe space, a comfortable place where they could come around and mingle with other people that are like them, receive regular support. They even had more access to our services because using that consistent safe space, we would have all the computers so that the service users can come and use it and help them to build. We even built community networks because we had the survivors now started making tea and coffee in that space. So that meant that the rest of the community came in to get the tea and coffee and cakes, then introducing themselves to the survivors. That gave the survivors a voice as well to be able to mix in the community. So that was a win-win. And for the win-win for our organization, we had the place for little or nothing. We didn't really pay much. We had a wider network. We had more partnerships. More people came in there and wanted to partner with us. We had more visibility. We raised more awareness. And then the win-win for our partners, we reached out to more community members. So even a lot of people who came for our services ended up attending the church. We also had better awareness of their services that they offer. Okay, so we are now going to a breakout for 30 minutes. We are going to work on finding your partners in your worksheets. Lucas, please, can you share the link again?
Yeah, it's this most recent link. If everyone can see, you should get a worksheet.
Okay. Yeah. So first, you want to identify what it is you need from a partnership. As in, what do you need from them right now? What is the win for you and your organization? What is the win for your partner's organization, the one that you're trying to partner with? And what is the win for your beneficiaries, your service users? And what do you think that the partner could possibly do at the moment for you? And also for you to think about, where would you find those possible partners? Where do you think they are? Where would you look to find them? So I don't know, Lucas, have you done the breakout rooms?
I'm going to open them now. All right.
Okay.
You've
All
got
right.
the
Thank you.
facilitators. Your wonderful facilitators can answer any questions in the breakout rooms.
Yeah, have had a great time, and you've managed to jot some things down. We are now going to look at network mapping. So if you think of network mapping, it's a bit like when you start a journey. You need a map. You need a map to know where you're going. And it's exactly the same thing with network. You need a map. You need to map out exactly who you might be able to network with, or other people that might be able to introduce you to other people to network with. And when you start networking and creating this network map, you really need to come up with some very clear themes to help you to network. You need to establish very clear goals. What are the reasons that you are networking? Why do you want to network? You can't just approach people out of the blue, but you must have a reason for talking to them. People want to know that you're approaching them. They would want to know the reason why you're coming to them and why you want them to be part of your network. And they want it to be very clear on what you want, on what you're going to gain from the opportunity of being together, of networking together. But equally, they also want to know what the offer is that you can give to them as an organization. So you don't just approach them with your own goals. It's not only about what you need and what you want, but you also need to show what it is that you can offer them and what benefits you can give to them from you and your organization, so that they really, really need to look at those things and consider whether it's possible for them to come into your network. And you need to start thinking about where you do actually want to network. Where do you want to go? Where do you think you'll find these people? There are lots of people out there and lots of different organizations, lots of different places that you could network, but you have to be specific. You need to know your niche. You need to be specific as to where you are going to be, where you are going to network and where it's going to be most beneficial for you and your organization. And so a good place to think about who else is doing who else is doing the same kind of thing that you're doing in your sector? Who is doing a similar thing? Where can you find them? Who offers something similar? So you might start thinking, maybe that's where you start the networking from. Now it takes a village to build an organization. You need to find your villagers. You can't rely on people just coming to you. you actually need to go out there and find your people. You need to go out there and find the people who are going to benefit your organization and start adding them to your network and into your network map. You can actually start by adding people that you already know. You can add the people you know into your network and think about what they may be able to offer your organization as a supporter, as a partner, or even as a funder. Or you can even use them they can be part of your service users or a client or a volunteer. Or these people that you already know might know people and they may be able to introduce to you that you would have very strong connections with and very strong networks that may be able to introduce you as well to other people to help you build your network. And then you can add these people on. So you need to get out there. You must get out there. You must do the work, get out there and identify those people. You must identify them, find them, and then you get to know them and you can add them onto your network. Network mapping is not just about putting down who you know. It's about putting down who also you want to know and you want to connect with, and then work out how you are going to be able to reach them, how you are going to be able to, set a platform for you to be able to meet them. As you're mapping your network, you want to also think about all the potential scenarios and all the people, don't be afraid, put them down, all the big people, the important people that you want to meet, that you want to network with, put them down and then start mapping how you're going to reach them and how somebody's going to try and introduce you to them, or you're going to walk your way, to meet them somewhere. So let's use my example. A few years ago, I met the founder of Women's Community Circle. We had done some work together previously, and she was an alumni of Ideas into Action program. And she invited me to the final event to see her present her social enterprise. At this event, she introduced me to Lucas because she knew him. Now, Lucas told me to join the program, and I joined the Ideas into Action program the following year. During this program, Lucas then introduced me to a fund called the MSN Fund, and they liked what I was doing with Women of Grace, and they invited me to apply for their grants. And so let's see the power of network here. I was introduced to Lucas. I joined the program. He introduced me to the MSN Fund, and then they awarded Women of Grace £5,000 in June 2024. Now, 2 years on, I didn't know Lucas. 2 years ago, I didn't know Lucas. I knew the founder of Women Community Circles, but I didn't know Lucas. So you can see how quickly your network can grow through one person introducing you to another person and then to another person who can introduce you to a funder or a potential partner. Now, one key part of networking is having network assets, also known as outreach materials. These are things that you will need as an organization to reach out to other organizations or other partners, other funders or other supporters to tell them who you are and what your networking goals actually are. You're going to need a brand. You need to be recognized in the space so that people know who you are. You're going to need some social media, because one of the first things that people will do is look out for your social media presence. You can have a pitch deck or a pitch script, which you can present. You can present opportunities, and you can get this, or you can make one yourself, or you can get it done through Ideas into Action program. Somebody can actually support you to get it done. You need to build outreach emails. You need to send out emails to try and create an opportunity with somebody that you want to reach out to. You will need a website at some point, but they're very expensive. They're quite expensive at the moment. So I'll just recommend you starting with the social media, which is much easier. And then you can get more traction to start building your website at a later date. You want to share some of your social media, your social business plans, because especially your executive summary, this is your mission, it's your vision, your values, and your impact statement. People would want to see what you're doing in your executive summary so they can see if you're a natural fit with the organization or not. Now, whenever you do outreach in your network, you have to also have a call to action. What this means is you need to be asking somebody to engage with you and to engage with your business. If you don't have a call to action, they would not know how to engage with you, even if they really want to engage with you. So you always need to have a call to action. And so we recommend that you have a sign-up form. Maybe sign up to your newsletter or get in a contact form where they can contact someone, or you can also collect some of their details. You can ask someone to book a phone call with you. So these assets are going to really, really be important to help you build your network. These are all different various networking assets. Yay. So we are going to take a 5-minute break. Maybe you want to catch. Yeah. So welcome back, and we're now going to have a look at mapping your network, which is in section 2 of your worksheet. First of all, we're going to be looking at your network teams. You want to really, first of all, think about what your networking goals are. What is it that you really want to achieve by networking? Then you want to think about what you can offer to people and organizations in your network. You have a lot to offer too. You're not just asking for things, there's a lot that you can offer, and know that people want to connect with you as well. Then you want to think about where you want to network. Where do you want to start the networking? And how you're actually going to meet these people and how you're going to network with them. And if you need some inspiration, it's good to start thinking about who else is doing this in the sector. So that they can serve as a model, a role model, or even like a mentor that will help you understand where you can start the networking. But also, you might want to be able to network with people even in your immediate community to start with. We then want to look at the who, the why, and the where. So we want to be really, really, really specific. So you may just want to be able to put in somebody you already know that you can work with. It's then important to actually think about what your goal of connecting with them, what they can offer to you, and why do you really want to connect with them. Finally, you're going to have to find a way to be introduced to the new people that you don't know, and find a way to reach out to these people that you want to know. You then want to start thinking about where you're going to network with these people. Where are you going to find them? Where are you going to network with them? Then you might now start thinking about where you can meet up with them. Where would these people be? How are you going to get there? Maybe they will be at some events. They might be speakers, or are they attending the events themselves? Are they attendees? Or is it just an event that you're interested in attending and you might meet new people there? But where is that? There are so many spaces around, and it might be difficult for you to select, but you need to really narrow it down and niche, think about it. Where do I want to go? Where would I find these people? Out of the blue, you have a random maybe celebrity that you would like to meet. Then you have to map and have a look. What is the possibility of coming across this person? Where would they be? Do you want to also find yourself in going to like co-working spaces that you may be able to go and visit, and spend time Then you can find different people from different sectors that you can network with. Or are there some specific networking groups that you can reach out to and find out maybe when they're having their meetings or where they're meeting that you can go, and then you might be able to meet new people there as well. So, okay, now we are going to have another breakout where we're going to start working on our networking themes. And once we have done that, we want to look at who you may already know in the networking things that you can network with, and who do you not yet know that you really want to network with. How and where are you going to be able to meet them? So, Lucas, are you going to put us in our breakout rooms?
I am doing that now.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. Welcome back.
Hello.
Hi, Ina. Yeah. So now I know you might be thinking where you're going to keep all of this information. And I know it's a lot of information on the worksheet, but this is just really to get you started. It's not a database. And this is where we're going to now recommend you to use the CRM system. CRM simply means customer relationship management. And this is a database which simply collects all the data of various stakeholders of your organization. It's very, very useful to keep accurate records of the people who you interact with in your organization. And even who you want to interact with, you can have a database, write all these people down, the people who you want to meet. And it's very effective for you to store your whole network data on there. So who actually lives in your CRM? And what I mean by this is whose data do you actually keep in your customer relationship management file? So you can always contact them or use that information when you need it. First of all, it's very good to keep a record of all of your clients, all of your service users, or your beneficiaries that you interact with all the time. This is so that you have up-to-date records to be able to protect your client, but also to reach out to them if you need to contact them. It also helps you with reporting in the future if you need to report to the funders about how many people you have worked with. It also helps for when you apply for funding, they will need the statistics as well to know the people you've worked with, how long you've worked with them, and how many people have passed through your service, for example, maybe for the past 1 year. You can also use your CRM to identify potential partners, people that potentially you can work with, and even existing partners. You can put all of them in the system as a way for you to know who you need to contact, when you need to contact them, and who you have already contacted. So you can put all that information there. You can also use the same logic as you would with partners for your funders. So this is a good place to keep potential funding opportunities. You can save it all up there. You can keep them updated as to whether you have applied for that funding or whether you are planning to even apply for the funding. And finally, you can use it for volunteers as well. When you recruit volunteers in your organization, it's a good idea to have their details so that you can contact them when you need help. You'll be able to reach out to them. Also, it will help you keep an accurate record of how many people have come into your organization as volunteers, how long they've stayed, and whether you've had loads of males or loads of females. It will help you to have some kind of pattern for you to understand. So now we want to introduce the CRM tool that Turn has made for you. Initially, it might look a bit daunting, it might look a bit overwhelming, but don't worry, it's something that you can use in the future. And it will be a very useful asset for you and your organization if you learn how to use it. Lucas is going to share the link to this tool in the chat. So a CRM is where you can store someone's name, someone's email, someone's job title, someone's contact details, and how much you have interacted with them as well. Now, there are 5 tabs to this tool. The first is the fundraising CRM. The second is the partner CRM. And the third is the service user or the client CRM. The fourth is the volunteer CRM. The fifth is a space to keep your networking assets. This is what the funding CRM looks like. And this is what the partner CRM looks like. This is what the user or the service user, or even the beneficiary CRM looks like. And this is what the volunteer CRM looks like. And here is where you can store all of your networking assets, all of it. Remember, I mentioned all of these working assets earlier on. You can now actually store them in your CRM database. So this way you have them handy when you need to reach out and use them. Please don't worry. I know this is very, very overwhelming. It's an overwhelming tool, but it's easy to use and it will always come in handy and more useful right now. And that's why we're using more of the worksheet today, but it will be more useful as you develop your partnerships and you grow your network. You will need to keep more detailed records of who you're working with or who you want to actually work with. So for today, we just want you to go and have a look at the CRM tool and maybe fill out the details of just one potential partner that you already know. So we're just going to spend 15 minutes on this. It's not going to be the main tool today. It's just so that you can familiarize yourself with the CRM tool. So Lucas, can you share the link in the chat to the CRM tool, please?
Okay, we're going to break out.
Thank you. See you in 15 minutes. Yay. Thank you. Welcome back, everyone. I hope the session was useful. Now, are you feeling a little bit confused? Don't be. You have Lucas and BJ Soholo to help you. Make sure you book a session with Lucas, who is here to help you. He's right here. And in my time at Ideas into Action, interactive sessions with your officer, like Lucas, they are most helpful, really, really helpful. They can help you so much with many different things. So please don't feel like you're alone. Don't feel scared. Pick up the phone, call, and book. Okay, Lucas, over to you to finish the session.
Thank you, Valerie. We'll come back to you at the very end and say thank you, but that was a fantastic workshop. Really amazing, really insightful, and Valerie is amazing at partnerships as well. So I'm sure you can get in touch if you've got any questions. But yeah, thank you so much, Valerie. We'll come back at the end to say thank you properly. So please don't leave. Please don't leave yet. But
Okay.
just very quickly,
Okay.
um, you might be thinking, but I don't know where to network. How do I network? Well, scan this QR code if you haven't joined the Turn Changemakers WhatsApp group now. Aruba, who's on the phone call right now, she leads this group. And this is a space of over 50 social entrepreneurs who are from a refugee background and have been through a Turn program. Many have been through Ideas into Action, but it is a peer-to-peer network of like-minded social entrepreneurs who can skill share together, mentor, and learn from one another. Some people are at later stages and some at earlier stages. Zainab, Fuad, Aruba, Valerie are all in this group. So it's a great, at the moment, it's just a WhatsApp group, but we have big plans to grow this out into regular meetups and to run future advocacy campaigns together collectively for accessing more finance for refugee-led organizations. So it's very exciting, but we also share a lot of opportunities in there. Events, we share grant opportunities, loads of grant opportunities. Fuad is sharing one at the moment in there. And we share a lot of things that are relevant to you, but it's a great way to network and to meet people. So please, if you're not part of this group, I'm going to leave it here for 30 seconds. I want to see some telephones up. Scan this QR code and it will take you straight away. And tomorrow I will accept your invitation into this group. I'll leave it there for one more second, 10 more seconds. Scan the QR code. I hope it goes to that group. You can also sign up to Social Enterprise UK. Now, we used to work very closely with Social Enterprise UK. Give this a scan as well. And it is the largest social enterprise network. And effectively, Social Enterprise UK are a little bit like a governing body, but not government, of social enterprises in the UK. And their membership really helps you to connect with other social enterprises, other businesses, and for positive social impact organizations and charities and non-profits. They allow you to sort of connect together to find through their directory possible partners, possible opportunities, and networks. It's an amazing space. Again, I know that loads of the guys on the call here are on it from the Ideas into Action alumni and the facilitators have been on this. And I think Aruba has found contacts directly through the directory. So please do scan this. It is really useful, or just go to the Social Enterprise UK website. If you want to know more about them, we have some great connections with them, and I can put you in touch with Chris from Social Enterprise UK. Now, the next couple of slides are all about workshops. So we have a very interesting workshop tomorrow, short notice from 6 to 8 as well, but it is all about using AI for business assets. So how do you use AI to write things for you and to craft things for you? I'm having a session with somebody about this to write some policies using AI, but please do scan this. Our amazing Sam is going to be delivering this business writing and communication with AI workshop. That is happening tomorrow from 6 to 8. So a bit short notice, but we can always send you the recording. But Sam, who's a tech specialist, is delivering this and one of the Turn team. So sign up for that. I'll leave that there for another 30 seconds. Please scan the QR code. Is the QR code working? Can someone just give me a thumbs up? Because I can't see anybody. Yes? Great. Okay, that's good. Glad that's working. Next week, we're back again. We've got a February heavy schedule, guys. So March is going to be all about one-to-one and deep work by yourself and with your Spark officers. But this is our last workshop for a while. Financial Planning 2 with Fuad. He's coming back to help you write a budget for a project or for a grant application. Bija Soholo has been working super hard in the background, making an amazing budgeting tool, which we are releasing for the first time next week. We're very excited about it. I'm sure some of the alumni and facilitators are going to want me to copy this into their financial plans too. This is brand new, so amazing work from Beatrice Aholo when we release it, but also Fuad is coming to show you how he has used this tool in the last couple of months as well. So we're very excited about this, and that is next Wednesday, the 26th of February, same time, same place on Zoom. I hope to see you all there next week. And then on Thursday next week, Turn has, I know it's very workshop heavy. We've pushed them all into February. But Turn has a very cool workshop online. You can scan this QR code, all about marketing. We spoke a lot today about partners, about putting yourself out there, networking. Well, why don't you go to the marketing workshop so you can actually work on your marketing strategy, not only to be able to convert contacts into partners, but also to find funders. As social entrepreneurs, you might not have a product, right? You might not make something like this glass, right? You might have a service that you need to sell and put out to the world. So marketing strategies are so important, not just to sell, but to be able to find the correct partners, to be able to connect with the correct communities and networks so that you can achieve your organizational goals. So please do go to that next Thursday, the 27th. That is optional. The financial planning is not optional. I hope you're all there. Part of the program, but this one is a Turn Open Business optional workshop. Now we have our in-person training. This is confirmed Thursday, the 10th of April. I believe I have spoken to everybody who needs accommodation and who needs transportation. So thank you everybody for being so prompt with that. This will not be hybrid. This is only in person. It is an all-day training. They're amazing. Results CIC deliver these. So it's a great chance for you to meet Hormoz and Safe, who are fantastic. And we're going to be really looking at how do you sustain this growth? The program will end in June, but you must continue. Just like Valerie, Zainab have, Aruba, Fuad has all continued on their journeys. So what tools can you learn around that? And also, how do you actually bring your story and your own experiences into your business to make it, really strong in terms of the storytelling aspect to what you are trying to achieve and the big why, get to the why. So that is in person, confirmed. We're super excited. I can't wait to see all of you in person. Also happens to be my mum's birthday that day, but I'll be spending it with all of you instead. Really excited about that one. And we'll be in touch a little bit more with those of you that are coming from outside London about hotels and trains or driving if you're driving and parking. We haven't had anything about Brand Booster yet. I hope people are starting on their brand. We want to be helping you with this. Look at Zainab's amazing brand on her background there. So please, we want to get you a brand. A brand is such an important way of being very recognizable as you are going out and as you are networking. So please do scan this and do start with your Brand Booster brief and let Beatrice Aholo or myself know as soon as you have done that, and we can help you to get that brand. So make sure you scan this. Again, lots of scanning of QR codes. I'm sure I'll send these all in links as well, so you don't forget. And we have finished at 8 o'clock, but we'd love a little bit of feedback. Please give us some feedback. How was today's session? I thought it was absolutely amazing. Personally, I thought Valerie was fantastic, and I'm going to stop sharing so that we can all say thank you to Valerie, who hasn't gone yet, has she? No, she's there. So everybody please join me